Hello everyone, I'm Caroline and this is Phil.
Hello. Oh, hang on. Again there.
We're running late.
And this is Mankey. Go over there, Mankey, and behave yourself. It was Mankey's fault. That's why I'm late.
Yes.
I'm sticking to that excuse. So
Are you very tall or is it me? No, you're okay. You're okay.
I will shrink
I'm
as
trying to look awake now for the whole hour.
I will shrink as the hour goes on.
Poor old Phil's all right. Well, lovely to see you all here tonight. Thank you ever so much for joining us on, well, in Wales, a wet and stormy night. So let's have a look who were the first three in. And first place was Anne Goodwin. Well done, Anne. Second place, Rachel Bailey. And in third place was Bonnie Tyler Fan. So well done, you three have got the first podiums of the night. We've still got lots of questions coming, so there's a chance to get on that podium yet.
Yes.
You got to say something?
No, I'm just busy. I'm busy getting online.
Yes.
And catching up with everybody else. I better turn my volume off, otherwise.
Good idea,
I'll be
yeah.
in trouble.
Oh, there's a lot of chat going on tonight. And hopefully everything is working. I can't see anybody saying, we can't hear you. And everything is saying everything's fine, so we're okay. Oh, hello, Javier. Right, we got West Country Mudlarks in tonight.
There we go. I got volume on mine.
We got Laura Sully Creations, Abigail Howes, wow, Ed's in, Flower Girl of Ward 17, Bonnie Tyler, Lise Warren, oh, lots of chat going on. If I haven't mentioned you, and if it's your first time here, then give me a nice long row of smiley faces, and then I'll be able to spot you in amongst all the chatter, and I'll say hello. And if you're here and you don't normally comment, don't worry about commenting, even if you just put a smiley face, because everybody's so friendly. You'll have no problems at all. Just jump into any conversation that's going on and you'll be more than welcome.
Indeed. I'm tired.
Abigail said we hear you loud and clear. Oh, yeah. And let's have a look. Who's this? Lovell is listening in the background while doing laptop work. Well, hello, Lovell.
There we go.
Right. Everything's working out fine. Right then.
Yeah,
so,
we can hear you, Phil. There we go. No, yeah, all fine.
All fine. Now,
so, we're on time.
Well, we do have somebody. We met somebody, one of our viewers, in the week. Yeah. Yesterday, I think it was.
Yes.
Yes, yesterday. And we were down in Neath doing some shopping in the charity shops. And we hadn't taken our camera. We thought, let's just have a day off and go shopping in the charity shops and relax.
Well,
so
actually, we were following up on a comment that we had. Because someone, obviously from Neath, had commented on our video that we made in Neath some time ago.
Oh, hello, Karen.
Hello.
Like rose smiley faces. Hello.
And they commented and said, I think our town could be the capital city of charity shops in Wales, as we have 12.
Sounds perfect to me.
And as I explained to them, well, we've only got 2, but we have got 14 chip shops, so we're probably the capital city of chips.
Yes.
So we decided to take an hour or two, go for a little ride. We went up into Merthyr and had a look at charity shops, and then on to Neath, and that's where we met this person in the charity shop. I say this person because I forgot to get their name.
Yes.
And they watch us regular, watch all the videos they like, but they don't often comment. So they said they're going to leave us a comment at some point. But if they are around tonight, then lovely to have met you.
Yes. And we know we have at least one new person in tonight because we got Karen in and joining in. So I'm sure you'll have noticed everybody says hello. They're a lovely bunch.
And of course, as well as the comments, if ever you want to contact us with something with a bit more length, because it's a bit limited in the comments, always feel free to use mudlarking@aol.com.
Yes.
Because that's the email we have. and I pick those emails up every so often, and we've had a few interesting ones. As I say, I shared the other day about the follow-up to the Halifax, where we had an email from one of our viewers who actually worked in the arcade when it was bigger and busier than it is these days. We've also had contact from one of our friends who may be landing in Wales at some point later this year, and if they do, we hope to be able to touch base. And from Deb Cattell, I had an email this week with a picture of a brick.
Yes.
Indeed, a picture of a brick. And Deb said, I found this brick, and it has a word on it. And she shared the word with me, and with a little bit of research, we were able to not only find out where the brickworks were, they're in Australia, but also Deb told me, when I told her where it was, she said, I have been to the supermarket regularly that is built on the site of the brickworks. But of course the brickworks was demolished at the end of the 1960s. But I told Deb they've got a statue somewhere around there, so she has found the statue on Google and is going to go and take a photograph for us all of the statue. And further to that, a very rare item which we have never come across before, and that was, while researching that particular brickworks and the name on the brick, I found 20 seconds of footage online of the demolition, and all the people stood around in 1969, 1970 watching the huge chimney as it got fired and fell to the ground. So all of that research and information all came out of this little message. First message
saying I found a brick.
Yeah, the message on the comments, I found a brick, then the follow-up email, then the research, and collectively we found all that out. So it's fun when we start to chat together and find things out. It is indeed. And of course tonight we'll be chatting through the questions, and I'm sure we're all going to discover new facts, including me, because I've probably forgotten what I wrote an hour ago.
Yes. Right, we got a message from Lovell Hugh saying, I am new, only just discovered your channel through your Hay on Wye video. I live in Hay on Wye and I'm from Merthyr. So I assume it's Merthyr Tydfil, because you've got a few, you've got Merthyr Mawr and Merthyr, there's a few Merthyrs, aren't there?
Usually when
we always call Merthyr Tydfil.
Usually when people say Merthyr around here, it's Merthyr Tydfil. And if you're from Merthyr Tydfil, hopefully you'll be able to check out our Merthyr video, because we've done 2 in Merthyr, I think. We went once up around the Ironworks and once up to Cyfarthfa Park, where the family lived at the Ironworks. So we've done a couple in Merthyr as well. But that's wonderful. And do you know what?
What?
Although we lost thousands of regular viewers through having to take the year out, the videos that we did during that time of locations have brought new people to us, because those location ones, as I said the other week, I went to see a family and I'm talking to a guy who was living in England, a brother of the chap whose house I was in, and he's on the phone and I'm chatting. He says, I know that voice. Are you on YouTube? Have you been to Llanelli? And of course, turned out he'd seen us the night before. So people,
you're a regular star.
When people are searching places, sometimes people are interested in the place they live or somewhere they go to. So it's lovely then when we get to hear, as we just did, from someone who's joined us.
Yes, well, it's lovely if you all join us. Everybody's welcome, and you're all welcome to try this first question, because we're going to go in with a question. And I was going to make a jingle this week, honestly, and I forgot.
Terrible.
I was determined and then I forgot.
Terrible.
So who's going to do the jingle first? Well, Panky do the jingle first.
Oh yeah, she's much more sedate and sensible.
Good evening, everyone. It's time for a question, so if you'd like to answer it, then if you're very, very, very clever, you'll get it right. Okay, see you later. Bye.
Of course, we were down the dump this week. We haven't been down to our local dump for well over a year. We visited. Not a lot has changed. All the ground movements are now pretty much over, aren't they? And we were relying on things like foxes or rabbits digging holes, and of course the rain causes slips, so still picked up a few things, and this was one of the first things we found down there. My first find was a brick, but then I found this, and as I said, I possibly wouldn't pick up a large Horlicks these days, but a small one, No, that's just too handy to keep things in. You can stand your pencils in there, your paintbrushes. You can use it for storing nails and things. And as soon as we picked it up, we always just know it's Horlicks by that effect on the top. But of course, you can always check because it says Horlicks right the way around the bottom as well, stamped into the glass. A recognisable item, just like so many that we find in our regulars. And my question, number one, is related to that find.
And if you're new in tonight, don't answer A, B or C until I've said go. And it's the only way we can try and get some sort of sense out of the system.
When you hear Caroline say the word go, then put in your answer A, B or C. What is the main ingredient in the original recipe for Horlicks?
Horlicks.
Horlicks. Horlicks.
As Santa would say. Yeah.
Santa sings Horlicks.
We should sing Horlicks then, wouldn't he?
He would. Okay. What is the main ingredient? Do you think it's A, malted barley, B, wheat, or C, dried whey?
Go!
All three of those are ingredients.
I know what I'm going
and
for.
they are in the original recipe for Horlicks. But the question is, which is there in the largest proportion? What is the most of in a jar? Is it A, malted barley, B, wheat, or C, dried whey? They're all in there.
And I got mine wrong.
So you're going to be right if you're guessing an ingredient, but in order to get a podium place, you've got to try and guess the one that the most of.
Right, so do we have a winner?
Well, we do actually. Yes, we do.
Oh,
yeah.
I can see a good... I don't, there's not so many C's.
No.
But let's see whether you're right or not.
Yeah, I used ingredients that were in there, so C was a significantly lesser ingredient. The two major ingredients making up 72% of what's in the jar are A and B.
And I went for C.
Right, so A and B are the two major ingredients. There is 41% of the one and 31% of the other. And if you went wheat, which is B, then you've got the 41% and you've got yourself a chance of a podium. So let's have a look. Ooh, first correct answer. In fact, first answer in is correct, and it's Rachel Bailey.
Where's the Rachel?
With B. Now we're going to spot the Horlicks drinkers. Glenn Device with B. Now. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 A's. Is it? 2, 4, 6, 8 A's before we get the next B. So, Lisa Roberts, well done, because you've got the third podium. Lisa.
Well done, Lisa.
Because we had 8 in a row that got full. I thought people would I would have favoured malted barley if I hadn't done the research myself.
It's Horlicks, and it's like a milky drink. I thought I better write it because with our accents, and with Phil dropping his H's and saying Horlicks, you're probably completely confused. You get like a powder, you mix the powder into a paste with a little bit of milk or water, and then you top up with, I think you could top up with milk or water. My granny always used to use milk, and then it makes like this creamy, well, it's not even white, it's like a grey creamy colour.
I didn't mind it.
I'd rather that than Ovaltine. Does anybody remember Ovaltine? I never liked Ovaltine. I don't know if I
can't even do that.
I don't know.
Can't even do that. That was a jingle. That wasn't even a commercial song.
We mustn't annoy.
I'd just be advertising for
him. Annoy the YouTube gods who are going to behave.
Oh, nearly had a chance to sing there. Yes.
Somebody will have a birthday sooner or later.
Horlicks. I remember they used to have mugs in the cafes, which were sort of conical shaped, flat on the bottom, and a nice fancy handle with Horlicks printed on them. You could have a cup of Horlicks in a Horlicks mug. And the reason that Horlicks is still doing jolly well, because this came up a couple of years ago in a question, is because in India it is still an extremely popular drink and still considered to be a health product. because a lot of the old folks used to drink it because it's good for you.
That's right.
It's good for you.
Now-
But I would have thought malted barley myself. So in fairness, I knew wheat because I did the research to get the question. I was surprised by that, and that's why I included it tonight.
Now, Lee said, is it like Ovaltine? As far as I remember, Ovaltine was chocolatey colour. It was more brown, but I don't know. I'm not sure what the flavour was supposed to be. Was it supposed to be chocolate?
I don't know.
I never liked Ovaltine.
It had its own taste.
I always expected it to taste like hot chocolate, and it didn't. So I never liked Ovaltine.
Drinking chocolate, Ovaltine, Horlicks, all the sort of milky drinks, warm milky drinks that were good for you, they said, because they said milk was good for you, therefore obviously this was good for you, and that was always the way it was. And I know my grandmother and my mother all drank Horlicks. We always had Horlicks around the place. So there we are, folks.
Anne said we had Nestle's Quick here. Now is it Quick or Quilk you put down? Quick. We had, what was the Horlicks Nesquik?
We had Nesquik. That was the milkshake. You put it in the cold milk and stirred it up.
Quick is our Nesquik.
Nesquik
was
was a box of powder, and you scooped it in, stirred it up, and made like a milkshake. That's what our Nesquik was. Oh, now what's happened to the camera now? Is it still on us?
Yeah, no, we're okay. We're okay.
Just kicked it across the room. It's a bit of a jumble here at the moment. Caroline is trying to sort out our studio, which means at the moment it's not me that is responsible for the fact we can hardly move on the lower floor of the house.
Me.
I'm
moving furniture all around the place.
There's sprays of false flowers in the bathroom. There is stuff
a chest of drawers where they shouldn't be, bookshelves where they shouldn't be. It's a right mess.
It's all in motion. It's all happening here. But there we go.
Now
That's
the
the way it
nicest,
is.
Phyllis said strawberry Nesquik is yum.
Yummy.
The nicest milkshake I've ever had was a lime milkshake, and it sounds like it'd be really tart, but it wasn't. It was just like ice creamy, very nice. That was the best one I've ever had, and I've never seen it since. I had that when I was about 14, and I've never seen lime milkshake since. Have you seen lime milkshake?
No, I haven't. I tell you what I do remember.
What's that?
And that is, I've forgotten now. What am I thinking of? The Blamongi stuff.
Blamongi stuff.
In packets.
Angel Delight.
Angel Delight. I thought of the word and then it was gone. Anybody else have that problem? I'm surely not on my own. The word goes in there and I go to say it out there and it's gone out there. Yeah, Angel Delight.
Angel Delight.
I remember.
I like mixing a butterscotch and a banana Angel Delight. Not mixing it in the packet, mixing two separate lots, and so putting them on both on your dish and eating a bit of both. That's nice.
I remember my brother was in a theological residential college, which sounds really posh, but he was a very naughty boy. And we went down to visit and stay, and we got into the kitchens, as was the way of the students. They used to sneak into the big industrial kitchen at night in order to make themselves snacks. So we got this huge, it was like a Kenwood mixer, only bigger. It was used for cooking for like 30 students. And we poured the milk in, and then we had this whisk going around, and we were chucking in the Angel Delight from boxes. It wasn't packets, it was industrial boxes. We ate well that night.
I was never naughty like that. You're awful brave. I would be too scared to do anything like that.
We wasn't naughty, we was angry. He was only about 17, so I would have been like 15, 16. We was angry. That's my excuse.
I was always too scared to do anything naughty.
So we had midnight feasts and down in the main kitchen. That was how it is.
Rachel Ramey said, when I was a kid, a yoo-hoo was a big treat. What is a yoo-hoo? I've never heard of one.
Oh, well, Trev Elmond has just been buying Angel Delight down at Lidl's.
Oh, hi Trev. I don't think you've ever commented before, have you? My memory is shocking, so you may have done, but I don't recognise your name. So lovely to join us.
Trev's been down to Lidl's doing their shopping, and they've got an Angel Delight.
Right.
You can buy it in Lidl's like we've just done.
Very tasty, very nice. And it's quite quick to make as well, isn't it? It's a nice quick dessert.
And you don't see it so often today. It's not so prevalent. Like when we were first married, which of course was long time ago, 40 years ago plus.
Oh, it can't be 40 years plus. I'm too young.
Well, you better have your children because two of them are 40 years plus. one of the things, for a treat, for a very special occasion, we would buy a Vesta curry.
Oh, yes.
Everything in those days, they wanted to make it reconstitutable, didn't they? It was all powdered and dried.
I think it was
and
part of this thing of space. When they
space
said one
age.
day we may be able to survive on just taking 2 or 3 food pills a day, and there's some fun in that.
But it used to have,
enjoy that.
Used to have a packet with the rice in and a packet with the dry mix in, and even the meat was completely dried and like crisp, and then you put it in the pan. But you know what? I still love the smell of a Vesta curry. I don't know that I like the taste anymore.
No, I think the meat was always very like cardboard, wasn't
everything
it?
was.
Very
it was
pleasant.
very glutinous and plasticky. Everything was. But the smell just, I think it's nostalgia. That's the word. For old folks like me, it's nostalgia. It takes you back to a different time. Where we didn't have kids or wrinkles. And we didn't make a noise when we got out of the chair. Going, oh, my back.
And it was very noisy when we get up. Let's have a look. Rachel said a Yoo-hoo is a chocolate drink, kind of milky and not too sweet. Oh, that sounds interesting. And Trev said, Trev Elmond is Steve Perry from the Surrey Meet. So, hi there, Steve. You may have seen the video of us when Steve came to Sully with us, and then we crossed over onto Sully Island. I think it was called Sully Island, and there was a shipwreck there. So, there we go. Nice to see you, Steve.
Ah, there we go. And that's why we didn't recognise your name, boy. Yeah, we had a fantastic time. We went over and saw the shipwreck, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. So, and it was a lovely walk across. So that's well worth a view if you haven't seen it.
Karen said Frey Bentos pies in a tin. Oh, I love those with the pastry on the top. Like normally flaky pastry is flaky. It isn't. It's all like, well, not slimy. It's cooked, but it's not cooked enough to make it crunchy. And I love that. Oh yes. I never liked the chicken and mushroom ones though.
Ed's having a bit of trouble with the internet. Not sure if it's his end or YouTube, but his volume's going up and down and things. But it's not happening to everybody else. It's just
good.
Ed's having problems. He don't know if it's
maybe we're going all excited and then very, very quiet and shy, and then overexcited again.
That's what it is.
So it's not your computer, it's us.
It's our fault. Shall we have question number 2? Shall we? Mankey, come here, Mankey. Now you seen how to do it now, didn't you? Now listen to me now. You saw how your sister did it. Nice and quiet, right? Nice and calm. There we go. Nice and calm. There we go. Talk to the people. Go on. Hello. It's question time. Okay. Next question is animal related, because we had 3 special guests on our show this week, and I want to ask you about one of them. What is the name of Mary and John's beautiful dog who appeared on the show this week? Was it A. Darcy, B. Daisy, or C. Dusty?
Go!
There you are, you've had the go, folks. Now, think back. Remember, Caroline referred to the name of Mary and John's beautiful dog on at least 2 occasions during the video, and it definitely begins with D. But do you think it's A. Darcy, B. Daisy, or C. Dusty?
Right, I've got a message here from First Lady DJ Firebird. I haven't been able to catch a live chat in a while. Who is Mankey's friend on the shelf? This is Panky. Now, Richard found this. It was Richard, wasn't it?
It was Richard Serridge, found it on a Welsh colliery site.
Yes. So he thought it was the double of Mankey, but when he sent her to us to be revived, we realised that it's actually
twice
Mankey's big sister. So this is Panky. So we got Mankey Panky, you see. So this is Panky, and she's our newest addition to the team. But she doesn't come out mudlarking. She's a homemaker. She likes to
She's done a couple of cooking videos.
Yeah, she's done some cooking on the channel. But she just likes looking after people, cooking, baking, sewing, that sort of thing.
But in fairness, when she was found, she was in a very similar state to poor old
I renewed her eye, didn't I?
I think she had to have a new eye.
Yes, I had to renew an eye as well, yes. So
she was in a very bad way, trodden into the ground on an old colliery site, and Caroline did her magic and brought her back to life. So now we have Panky as well as Mankey.
So my world has been taken over by teddy bears. Oh, sorry, no, pandas. Sorry, pandas. They get very touchy when I call them teddy bears. Right then, let's have a look at what's next.
There
And
you go.
you've got the answer to the question.
I am.
I'm distracted.
I am. I'm just trying to get to it in a moment because there's lots of them, but I've got to move in the right direction, make sure I don't miss anybody out.
Right.
There we go. Right. I found the top answer, the first answer. Now, as expected, an awful lot of you have got it right.
Well done.
And the first 3 answers, in fact, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 answers are correct before we get to somebody who went for a different one. So the answer is C, Dusty.
I didn't go for this one because I knew the answer.
Yeah, C, Dusty. So top of the tree, first answer in and correct, Mike Sage.
Well done, Mike.
Lovely to see you, Mike. Hope you're doing well, mate. Second, a regular on the podiums over the weeks, Bonnie Tyler fan.
Well done, Bonnie Tyler fan.
And another correct answer for Glenda Weiss.
Well done, Glenda.
There we go. And Glenda got third and actually wrote Dusty, 3 exclamation marks. Didn't just go with the good old C. But then Rachel was right, Dan Fetters was right, Will Fines was right, Rachel Bailey, Ramey was right, Beata was right. Loads of right answers. Well done, everyone.
Yeah, congratulations.
What a lovely dog. And they have got a few.
She's so gentle.
They've got a number of dogs, and they all... Now, I'm going to get in trouble if I get this wrong, but I'm fairly sure they're all rescue.
I think so.
I know.
Mary, I think you're in tonight. If you are, let us know. Are they all rescue dogs?
Mary or John was saying, I think Dusty was bought as a present for a very elderly person to keep them company, but of course to buy a dog that needs not lots of exercise but needs to have a good run several times a day, it wasn't a good move. So I think they rescue most of their dogs, and they've got several there. But Mary or John will be in, I'm sure, and be able to give us the details.
I just want to go back and say, just me, who's Mo, for everybody who knows Mo is Mo. She said, we made a huge soup pot of Angel Delight for a youth group years ago. I've never been able to touch it since.
Well, I haven't ate it for a while. Now, I got a memory that the strawberry flavoured Angel Delight tastes of cucumber. It tastes of false strawberries, but if you eat enough of it, it starts to taste like cucumber. I'm sure it is, because we ate enough of it that night. Because the problem was, we took the big bottle of milk in, and then we added the powder. And it's amazing how much powder you got to put in to get it to go thick when you've put too much milk in.
Now, Mary, thank you. She said yes, they are. So there we go. Mary's got all rescue dogs.
And Mike Sage, thank you so much for your comment, Mike. He said, I am feeling much better this week. Your programme always gives me something to look forward to.
Oh, thank you.
That is lovely, Mike. And it's because of people like yourself and everyone here who keeps saying things like that is why we keep coming back. I got to be honest, there's some Saturdays when we're shattered. But we just want to be here because we know you're going to be here. There's 51 people.
That's why I say going out for the night with friends or having you all around.
I haven't got that many friends. No. Who are you trying to kid? If I went out with all my friends, there wouldn't be 51 people.
No. It'd be me.
But I always
monkey.
I always remember a guy that was doing teaching on YouTube, one of the people Caroline used to listen to in the early days to learn how to do it. And he was saying people get so upset about numbers. And he said, if you do a live and 30 people turn up, can you imagine going to a room somewhere, putting a notice on the door saying, I'm in here tonight, come and join me, I'm going to talk to you, and 30 people came through the door, you think you'd hit the jackpot. And he was saying, it's great to hit the hundreds of thousands, and we'd all love to. I'd love to see thousands of people joining us and having fun, because that's what it's about. It's about giving people an hour away from just the norm and just have a laugh. But when you've got 53 people with us, and we know that some of them are doubles, then that's amazing. Turning up at all hours of the day on a Saturday for Sunday morning.
Making all these cups of tea and coffee and sandwiches. Cool.
I know. And we haven't got to wash the dishes after.
No, it's brilliant.
And I can see Lexi's in, but I haven't been able to follow all the conversations. So what's the latest on Mum, Lexi? Because I know last night in the comments she was still in hospital, but doing better. So just
Yes.
wondering if there's any news on that, kid, because please give her all our love.
Yes,
and,
definitely.
And obviously
and the pandas as well.
the pandas.
You know what they like.
rooting for
Monkey
her
would
to
love
be
to
better.
send her a kiss when he sees her. Next time she's on, she's going to get a kiss of Monkey. Trev said, been on suspension lately. Sue's had several falls, having spent 7
dear.
hours in A&E on meds, but on the right side of things now. Oh, great. Tell her we're glad that she's getting better. That's good news.
Yeah, I think that's on Wednesday, is it?
On Wednesday, was it?
On Wednesday.
Right. Oh, sorry.
Possibly, yeah.
On
No,
Wednesday.
it's written abbreviated
Yes,
in small letter. But
between
it's
my
one of the-
eyes and...
But and I tell you what, these waits in A&E, they can be hard work for folks at the moment. There's a lot of things in the news about it, and it just adds to the difficulty. You know, having to make that long wait, especially when you're with somebody that you love and care for, and you're more concerned for them. So our thoughts are with you, mate. Our thoughts are with you, and please give them our regards to Sue.
Right, Abigail said, let's all go down to the Johnsons and eat them out of house and home and drink up their tea and coffee. Okay, I'll start baking pancakes now, and when the pile gets about this size, I'll call you all over.
I'll give you our address. The name of our house is called Weatherspoons. And I'll put the postcode up after. That way then we won't have to do the dishes again.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
We're going to have to do that one day. We'll do a tour of Weatherspoons and give out the addresses of where we are, and everyone can come and join us from that area. Like, we'll go around the country and we'll give you the name of 12 Weatherspoons, 12 different dates and 12 times that we'll be there for 2 hours, and you can all pile in and have coffees with us as we go around the country.
Well, Linda said, yes, I would call you all put my glasses on for this, one eye, which means family. Oh, isn't that lovely? It does feel like one big family. I feel like I wouldn't recognise you if I walked past most of you in the street because I've never met you. But I still feel I know you. It's really strange. And what's even more strange is when we meet somebody and they know us and we don't know those. And they say hello and we think, is this from the channel? Or is it somebody Phil has forgotten from a funeral? So if ever you meet us, please say, hi, we see you on Let's Go.
It's lovely that people do talk to us, because the lady we met in Neath, if it wasn't that we knew the guy behind the counter, and after we walked away, she said to the man behind the counter, she said, I know them off YouTube. So where we'd been chatting with the chap behind the counter, he called down the shop, he said, oi Phil, Caroline, one of your followers is up here. And then she was a bit embarrassed, and then we started chatting, but people don't like to come on to us. We love meeting people.
Yes.
When we were doing the trading, we bumped into people at car boot sales and things, wouldn't we? When we'd be out hunting, and so would they. So it's always lovely. And of course, our friendship with Kate, our star young man Oliver, coming on the
watching
show.
Us tonight. Hello, Oliver.
You know, all of that came about because we were in Peacock's clothes store in...
No, we were in Primark.
We were in Primark. Yeah, we can't afford Peacocks. We were in Primark. I always mix those two up. They're two clothes
Like
shops.
Switzerland and Sweden.
Yeah, but they're two clothes shops, and they both go with P. That's good enough for me. I'm gone. Primark's in Cwmbran. I was taking something back over to the counter. I was going to queue for you, wasn't I? You picked what you wanted, and I was queuing while you were looking around the shop. And Kate spotted my hat. She spotted my hat across the shop. She could see this hat, and she said, I know that hat. I think I know who's under that hat. And she came on and spoke to us, and then we were able to celebrate Oliver's birthday with him over a year ago. We've been back and made a video with him, and it's been great. So all of that came out of somebody saying hello. So never be afraid to talk. And like I say, if you can't come and see us and you're living abroad, if you'd like to email us on the email address we gave, feel free. That's mudlarking@aol.com.
If ever we get your country, we'll meet up with you, but it's unlikely. But you never know.
And if you suspect that we may visit your part of the world at some time, like we go up to Yorkshire and we go down to the south coast, the Jurassic Coast, if you think we may be in your neck of the woods and you'd like to meet up if it's possible, then please send us an email, because then I can keep a list of email addresses, and if we are heading your way, like if we're going to Halifax and you live there, we could always email a couple of people there and say, we'll be at Weatherspoons in Halifax,
we could all meet up
having
in
a
the
coffee
Weatherspoons.
at 11 o'clock on Wednesday morning. If you're able to make it, I'll have my hat on so you'll know which table to come to. And we can do
People
something
never
like that.
recognise me. I've never
No.
been recognised because I'm generic. I'm just like a 60-year-old with blonde hair, and I've usually got hats on or scarves on and things.
Look at my hat.
As soon as, and even without your hat,
That's
straight
my
away,
voice.
it's Phil's voice, and he's tall, he stands out. So I could just go incognito and nobody would know it was me.
I know, considering they keep talking about my Welsh accent, you'd swear nobody else had a Welsh accent in this part of the world, because people with their backs to me turn around and say, I thought I've heard you before, and it's either off here or in my day job.
Right, there's a message in from Lexi. Now, I don't think you read it, did you?
I haven't
No,
read it.
it
I
says,
saw it. It made me laugh, but I
Not long
hadn't.
got back from visiting Mum. She's getting better because she's nitpicking and moaning lol. She has Wi-Fi, so don't know if she's watching. If you are watching, hello Elaine. I can't wait for you to come home. It's going to be lovely.
Oh, Monkey wants to give a kiss.
Just in case you're there.
Monkey wants to give a kiss.
I'm
just
sorry,
in
you've
case.
got to get a kiss whether you want one or
take
not.
him up to put him up. Give a kiss for Elaine.
Okay, pack
and
it up.
Anybody who wants
yes,
one.
anybody who wants a kiss off Monkey, there's one incoming now. So pack it up. Here he comes. Well done, Monkey. You kissed all those people at the same time. 50 people. That's quite impressive.
Bye, West Country Mudlarks.
Oh,
I have to
bye.
go and make a phone call.
Right, bye.
Right, there we go. They've had a phone call, so they've got to shoot off. That's
Right.
great.
We need to have another question because time is moving on.
Well, do we want to do a question or do we want to do some happy news?
Okay, we'll do
what do
some
you want to
happy
go
news.
with next?
We'll go with a news flash jingle, which isn't really the right one, and then we'll do some happy news. There we go. I will honestly make some jingles when I get around to it this week. Well, because I honestly intend to this week. Let it snow. A Chinese trucking company paid nearly $30,000 to truck thousands of pounds of snow from the frozen north. Every time I do the happy news, I start grinning.
It's because he's happy.
That's what it is.
It's
they
my
paid-
punctuation. That's what makes that grin.
They paid nearly
or lack of.
$30,000 to truck thousands of pounds of snow from the frozen north to a special needs school in a tropical southern metropolis. Officially, it was a Beijing truck company's demonstration run of their refrigerated trucks. But for the drivers and staff who participated in the event, it was all about seeing the children's joy. Leaving Harbin on January the 28th, the convoy drove 1,960 miles, arriving at the Children's Growth Centre on February the 1st. The trucks then dumped out the snow and gave almost 2,000 children the chance to experience snow for the first time ever. We're giving the snow to a special needs school in the south, giving a chance for children to experience the fun of snow fighting and making snowmen, an employee of the trucking company said. Teachers at the school said, some of the children will never see snow, it's too far away, and their parents don't have the resources. It was a nature lesson. Usually we give them pictures in class and tell them that this is snow. They really saw the real thing this time and they loved it. Can you imagine that? Seeing snow if you've never seen it before? That must have been absolutely wonderful. Just the feel of it. I suppose, I don't know if you've ever seen a dog. Most dogs I've seen, when it snows, they just go crazy. They're like, oh, what is this wonderful stuff? And they're covered in it and they stick their heads in it. And we think sometimes, oh, snow is wet, it's cold. But if you've never seen it, it's magic, isn't it? It's just like some sort of mysterious substance. It's such fun.
And this was a big trick.
Yeah.
Because they didn't half dump some snow. I saw the pictures and they didn't half dump some snow. Well, for 2,000 kids to be able to play.
Well, they didn't say it was one truck.
No, they
said they paid $30,000 to truck it, but that didn't mean in one truck. So
no, but they
yes, the convoy. The
Yeah.
convoy drove, so there were lots of trucks full of snow.
And like they said, it did have a serious side from the company's point of view. Could they travel for 3 days, nearly 2,000 miles, carrying snow and deliver it as they loaded it? And they did. But then they thought, well, that's a lot of money just to move snow. What can we do with it? And the staff had this brainwave. Let's arrange to take it to this big centre for children with autism and other issues and let them play. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's happy news, folks. You've had enough of the other stuff. Now you want a question.
No, I'm going to do some fines.
Oh,
because
gosh, we got fines.
Doing fines.
We haven't been doing fines. We keep forgetting we didn't do fines for a year.
No. So I've got this, which I'm convinced is a lighter. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where it's gone now, but there was a little metal bit that I found over. Phil brought this over, and when I went over to the dump, it's not in my little tub.
No, it's not in it.
When I went over to the bonfire on the dump, I found this little thing. You know, it's like the pressy bit on top. So I'm convinced that is a lighter. It just feels like lighter shape. I've never seen a glass lighter, so I was really pleased with that. I don't think it says anything on the bottom, really. It's just got like 808 and a blob.
Then we got your 3 jewels.
Yes.
I'm going to show those to the camera. I've cleaned them a little.
Now, wouldn't it be lovely if they were gold and diamond? Oh, just a second. I'll put my hand behind there. Where's it go?
They've all been in a fire, so cleaning them up is delicate work because they're very badly stained and you don't want to pop more of the diamantes out.
But I know they're not gold because they're messy. Gold will still look like gold when it's been underground, and if it's not gold, it's probably not diamond. So I don't think they're of any great value, but I can pretend they are, can't I? Oh yes, these are my jewels, and then I've got my marbles. So if I've ever lost my marbles, you can say they're in the little pot.
Yeah, and they were a good find. We find the occasional marble, and we're always excited. Caroline found 3 in the bottom of the fire.
There's black on there, but they've been in the fire.
Stuff melted onto them, I think. They sound, it's just, they're not broken, but they've got stuff melted onto them from the fire.
But I've never seen little ones like this with patterns in the middle. I'm not sure what, there's probably an official name, isn't there, for something like that in the middle. But I was really pleased to find my marbles.
And of course, we've also got the glass bead.
Oh yes, which I thought was a plastic one.
Yeah.
Had my
now
gloves
when you
on,
handle it,
it was freezing cold. Yes,
it's just Caroline had her gloves on,
like a
and
rose
it was a
crystal.
cold day, and she didn't know. She thought it was a hard plastic bauble, but it's not. It's actually.
I don't know if you can see the colour there. It's like a pale pink. Have you seen a rose quartz crystal? It's that colour. And we've got this little cute one, and I like that because. Can you see how the one side is completely different to the other because the fire? And we got that's a nail varnish pot. I don't know how old that is. And we got another nail varnish pot, and that had something brown or gold in. And this really cute, sweet, tiny little bottle. I love that one. And I think that's it on my collection of finds. So do you want to show your finds?
There's another little bottle that Caroline found. Now, when I was doing the edit, I realised that Mary found one very similar, but without the plastic lid. And I heard her comment as she passed it to John, be nice for their museum. So just to let you know, Mary, when we see you next, you can have this one with the plastic on the top and have that to go in your museum as well, by all means, because it's always nice when people have things that they can appreciate and like and use. Here's another little one. That's quite a smart little one, that, isn't it?
It is.
It's in good nick, that is.
It's got lines on it, that one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a poisonish spot. It's warning you there's poison in it, possibly.
Possibly, or it could be just for grip and effect.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure.
It's a perfume, I would have said, but or some kind of smellies. But lovely little bottle. That one was not in the fire, as is obvious from the clarity of the glass. That was not in the fire. And, of course, we also had this little bottle. Here we go.
Yep, it's got a tinge of green.
Yeah, and this slightly larger bottle, which would have held possibly, I'm not sure, I don't think you'd have that small a bottle of beer, would you?
It
looks like a beer bottle, but I'm wondering if they put some kind of tonic in it or something, I don't know. Because it's more a tonic size, isn't it?
But it's a beer shape, so I'm going for beer. What do you reckon? Do they have little...
Can't imagine
What's that, third of a pint? No, it's less than a third of a pint, quarter of a pint, probably.
Yeah, it's not much, because that's more standard beer bottle, isn't it?
Yes.
When you look at the two together, that is about a quarter of the size of that when you look at it. Especially when you look at the dimension of the base. It's not much to it at all. It's all neck and no bottle, that one. And of course this one is Hancock's, as we said down there, and I've cleaned it up. We can clearly see it's Hancock's, Cardiff and Swansea on the bottom. So that would be a brewery, because there was a fair few breweries around Wales in their day, as there was around the world. So lots and lots and lots of finds.
Yeah, I've got some agreement on my, that's not glass, it's like a rose quartz, some sort of crystal, yeah. And it's really cold, much colder than glass.
Cold and heavy, isn't it? And of course we had our inquisition on the E and the P, because none of us had seen that before. I've seen the E because of Elizabeth and Edward, but never seen it with a P. C-E-R, that's quite usual. You begin to think it's an R and they left the leg off and it's a misprint, but then it's a clear P. I did have a look online and I couldn't find images of that. So it obviously...
I've never seen that with the peak and bind.
All of the stuff we've ever seen, I have not seen that. But my assumption was, and I haven't been able to prove it either way, that it's Elizabeth and Philip. And as was pointed out by the fount of all knowledge, John, he knew that that was the Queen's crown. So of course, if it was Elizabeth and Philip, it would be the Queen's crown to show you, because
she's the Queen.
He was the consort. He was not royal. Well, he was by birth. He had a lot of royal blood, but he was married to the Queen. So there we go. That's what we think that was. So
Lexi said, "Are you enjoying doing some mudlarking again, Caroline?" Yes, I absolutely love mudlarking.
You missed it for the whole year.
Oh, I did.
Caroline was always nagging.
I like going around the castles and things, but also going mudlarking, I absolutely love it. So yeah, it's my first love when it comes to making videos. So yes, I'm over the moon. And let's have a look. I can't find everything, but somebody, I think it was Ribble, said, Baby Sham bottle, possibly for that little brown one. Now that would make sense. Or snowballs came in green bottles, didn't they? But yeah, it could be Baby Sham. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Did Baby Sham come in brown bottles? I
really don't know.
I wouldn't know. Never drunk Baby Sham.
Oh, Lexi said, pity that Shard wasn't C and P. Now that would have been good, wouldn't it? Right there, let's have another question.
Question.
On.
Here we go.
We've got a new bear in the house just temporarily.
Oh, there we go.
Hello, it's question time. Ho, 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 ho.
There we go. Right, amongst Caroline's finds, there is a piece of glass. Have you got it there, my love? The big plate,
yeah?
And Caroline picked it up because she noticed it was cut. And then now it's in the light, you can see obviously it was a mirror, and it's lost the silvering off the back. So my question is related to that find, because the first glass mirrors were in the Neolithic period in Turkey, Central America and other countries, dating back to at least 6000 BC, and some people think 8000 BC. They were made from naturally occurring black glass from volcanoes, which they would polish highly and then get a very shadowy reflection of themselves. People have been trying to look at themselves for a long time. Obviously, the method they used has developed over the years until the invention of the silvered glass mirror in 1835, which made mirrors that we would recognise today. In which country did the chemist who is credited with that invention live in 1835? Do you think the first silver-backed mirrors were invented in A, Switzerland, B, Germany, or C, Italy?
Go! Well, I thought you were going to throw China in there, because you always throw China in.
I'll keep China for later.
Oh, I don't know. I guessed. Am I right? No, I'm not.
Well, I did throw a fly in the ointment, so I don't know if it's going to catch people out or not. We'll have to see.
Well, if you check, and Pony was in bottles apparently, and Countess Bull said Cherry B. Now I don't know about that one. And Baby Sham is it's a little bottle like this, and it's like a champagne. I don't think it's an expensive champagne. It's got a little Bambi on the front, leaping like this. And my nana and grandshire, when I was little, had one of the Baby Sham deer or Bambi, whatever you call it, leaping on their bedroom dressing table in plastic, and he was like this, and I used to love him. I don't know where he went, but I bet he'd be worth a fortune now.
Well, we've got quite a few answers coming in, and we've got quite a few correct answers. I thought I was going to catch people out with Italy because of the Venetian glass. That's what I thought might throw people. It caught a few. He caught a few, but the majority got past that and went with the country that it should have been, which is Germany. Yes, the gentleman, the chemist who first silvered the back of a piece of glass and created an economical way to mass produce mirrors lived in Germany. So, first person on with the correct answer is Rachel Bailey.
Well done, Rachel.
It's a silver this time for Michael Sage.
Well done, Mike.
And then we jump down a little bit. Bonnie Tyler fan.
Well done, Bonnie Tyler fan.
I got confused then because Karen had written Brandy and Cherry B never again. So I thought she'd given B as the answer. So I thought, let's double check, and I read the whole question. But no, it goes to Bonnie Tyler fan. So there we go. That's our 3 for that one. Shall I do my happy news?
Go on then, do your happy news.
Shall I have a flash?
Go on then, do a very quick bit of the news flash. That was it.
Needle in a haystack. Finding a needle in a haystack is always easier than when the needle is worth thousands of dollars. It was a routine stop at the recycling centre for Melanie Harper. But as she was separating plastics and paper, she accidentally separated the white gold and the diamonds off her finger as well. Her wedding ring slipped off into the bins, and she was sure the chances of finding it was slim. Melanie emailed the city's public works as soon as she realised and asked them if they could keep an eye out for a glittery band amid the trash. And while she went home unoptimistic, the litter pickers and public works employees got to work upending the entire container onto the parking lot and went through every single piece of rubbish in there. Sifting meticulously through the refuge, they epitomised the idea of public service. After hours of searching, Travis struck gold and they called a very grateful Melanie. The post on Facebook said, "We are so grateful for your commitment to your community. Finding a needle in a haystack is hard. Finding a ring in a recycling bin is nearly impossible, unless you're at the City of Grenville Public Works, where employees truly dive into their work."
Oh, I bet that was a relief.
What I loved, because we've had 2 stories before of people losing things and then finding them in the sewers and goodness knows what. But what I loved about this particular story was the fact that they could have kept an eye out and carried on with their work. But everyone in that department, because those men couldn't take it on themselves to tip all the rubbish on the parking lot and search, because this was going to delay all the processing, this was going to take out time, it was going to upset the whole of the schedule. But everyone there was in agreement, if we can find this lady's wedding ring, we want to find it. And the message came over, we're so grateful for your commitment to the community. That's what they saw it as. And I just thought that was the lovely thing. Not just they found it, but that everybody working in that recycling plant were of one mind that finding this was important because they knew how much it meant to the lady. So I thought that was great. I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
Right, now I've just lost all my chat, so...
Well, I still got chat.
I guess I'm going to have to not read the chat now. I can always have a check at Phil's, but it's gone. Sorry.
So, this was my brick this time. Oh, yeah. That's heavy. Yeah. J Lancaster and Co. J Lancaster and Co. That one is. And a couple of people have been commenting, asking about seeing the brick collection. They're stacked around the place out there, but in the spring and summer, I hope to get to be using some of them. As I use them, I'll share a piece in the video with you. We'll put a video in so that you can see some of the bricks and see them in situ and doing various jobs as time goes by. Of course, another find that we were really thrilled with was this lovely gift from Mary and John, because they had found this before we arrived.
Yes.
And washed it out in the river and said, there you are, you can have that. Which gave me a good opportunity to take everyone back on a little bit of a trip down memory lane to one of the Donkey Jacket episodes of the past, where Mary and John, for a long time, we'd never met them. They kept leaving us messages saying, we've been down to your dump, have a look under the Donkey Jacket. And then we eventually got to meet up, didn't we? But that is about, obviously, with the ridges. You can tell it's poison, but just in case, they wrote poison on the bottom. And such a lovely colour green. Right, should we have another question, my dear?
Just a second, I got it back.
You got your chat
I've impressed
back.
myself. I'm not sure how I got it back, but I got it. Right then, yet another question. Okie dokie. Go on then.
Look out, Mary's saying, I can see all these people sympathising with Mary, so I thought something awful had happened. It is. John has brought home a lot of bricks.
Oh no, you went to Splot.
Yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't let him go anywhere near Splot. It's dangerous.
How come I get the blame? I wasn't there. Admittedly, I did mention...
You corrupted him. You encouraged him all the way.
I did mention Splot when he was saying he needed some more bricks. I gotta speak up for this poor man. In fairness...
Careful, my Mary, be knocking the door now, bang your head with the saucepan.
In fairness, Mary, come on, be honest. He is building you a very nice folly with some of these bricks, isn't he? In fairness, Caroline has got stacks of bricks around the place, and I never get around to using them. At least you've got a man who puts some work in.
I've got a path. It's not a well-laid path, but there is a path.
That's the first time you've said it wasn't well laid.
Okay.
She waits till we're on air so they can't take offence.
Especially, I tried laying it and I failed. So Phil, it's just on the earth. We just dug a little sort of trench thing, put the bricks in. So it's nothing posh.
Okay, Wooden Ted, you can do it. Hi, folks. We're going to have another question. Right then. Don't forget, when Caroline says go, give us your answer. Heinz. We found a fair bit of tomato sauce bottles down there, and one with a lid on from Heinz. Heinz have been selling tomato sauce since 1876. And the legend says that Henry John Heinz invented his famous ketchup by adapting a recipe from where? Was it A, Italy, B, India, or C, China?
Go!
What do you think?
Oh, okay, you've lured me in.
Caught him again. What do you think, folks?
Like a lamb to the slaughter.
A tomato sauce recipe that he adapted and tweaked for the general market. Did he take the recipe from A, Italy, B, India, or C, China? Oh, right then, let's have a look.
Be careful, mine, because Phil is very sneaky. If you're hoping to get clues from Phil, he does tend to be a sneaky one.
I think the right answer is already there. I already have to go work with that. But then I try to think of answers that could be right. That have a logic to them. See, it makes it more entertaining. It also means if I can catch people out, then some of the people who get it right, maybe 6, 7, 8 names down, but they still get a chance. So if your internet's a bit slower, it's still worth having a go, because sometimes we have had 3 or 4 occasions where only 2 people got the correct answer. We didn't even get to the third.
I think we had one where only one got it right.
Yeah. So there, you never know. So let's have a look. We've got lots and lots of answers. So if I go back to the top of the answers here, where's the top? There's the top, I believe. There we go. Okay, we are looking for China.
He lured me in and I guessed China, and I was right.
Well,
only because I thought it can't possibly be China.
I think a lot of people went with my trick one, which was Italy.
Tomatoes.
Because of tomatoes and all the
sauce
pastas and everything else. But no, it was katsu, I think. Because that's what he called it for a while. It was only after he'd been making it for 30 years he changed it to ketchup.
Right, I wonder.
From katsu, I think it was.
Because catsup, sometimes you say catsup. Yeah, that's what you say in America, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it was called, you see, originally, and then he changed it to ketchup.
Right.
So if you think ketchup, he changed it to give it a more
exotic,
to give it its own branding. So it has to be C for China, which means the first 1, 2, 3, 4 are out. Bonnie Tyler fan 34.
Well done, Bonnie Tyler fan.
Followed by Michael Sage.
Well done, Mike.
And then we've got to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to Jeannie Nash. Well done, Jeannie.
Well done, Jeannie.
You're about the 15th answer down the board, but you're the third correct answer with C. So it's Bonnie Tyler fan 34, Mike Sage, and Jeannie Nash. You take the first, second, and third. And
well done. Oh, bye, lover.
And there's not many other C's down there either. I think there's only 3. 3
Right.
more. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw
Javier,
Jason got one.
Sandy Black, and Javier. If I got it right.
Yes.
And
Right. Oh.
Javier. Let's think. Oh, hang on. P. Mitch wrote China.
Oh.
So that's
they've got
correct as well.
correct.
So there we are. But the top 3 still stand.
Right then, we really have got to now have that, I know, really annoying question we have every week.
I forgot who.
Ribble, I hope you're ready and waiting.
I know. I know. Here we go.
Gets more confusing every week.
Alright folks, are you ready for this? How many places did Monkey Panda appear in this week's video? Was it A, 3, B, 4, or C, 5?
Go!
What do you think? What are you thinking, folks? Do you think it's 3, 4, or 5? A, B, or C? This is going to get confusing now because you've asked this straight on top of a question, so there's no comments in between.
Oh, we'll be okay.
Right.
We'll be alright.
There we go. So there we go. We have got a bit in there. Oh, now they're coming in. Now they're coming in.
Bye, Trev.
Now they're coming in. Oh.
Ribble's in. Phew. There you go. We got somebody to check out against now. Oh.
Obviously yours are coming in quicker than mine.
Yeah. Right then. So, do we have a winner?
Hang on now. Yep. Mine's slower than yours, look. Mine's way behind yours. You said Ribble's in, and then you just come in on mine.
Right.
Right there.
Mad, isn't it, the difference?
Okay, yeah, mine's running very slow.
Do
Okay, so we have correct answers.
you agree with Ribble? That's the question.
I do this week.
Oh, phew.
Last week there was contention between me and the Master Monkey Counter. But this week we're in agreement, and we happen to agree with the first correct answer, which came from Dan Fetters, who said 5.
Well done, Dan.
And now I've got to go down looking for a C or a 5. I've got some 4s, I've got some 3s. Oh.
So if you haven't tried yet, it might be worth you sticking in the 5 just in case. What's going
There we
on?
are, Peggy Reed.
Well done, Peggy.
Dan Fetters, Peggy Reed gives us a C.
And we need one more.
And Ribble Finds and Crafts.
Well done, Ribble.
Yeah, and I think we can read
Resident Panda Counter. There's a
There
Panda
we go.
Camera.
And according to Ribble Finds, I'd written them down here, just for you to see, folks. They're at the bottom there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'll read them from Ribble Finds and Crafts. 5 times at the beginning in the pocket on the left. 15 minutes in left pocket, and then 24.35 in the right pocket, and then in the right pocket again, and by the game. So on mine it said at the intro, talking by the holes that were dug by the animals, at the donkey jacket, when we did that section, when showing the small bottles from the fire, and it said the plain or patent.
Yeah.
And there we go. Hey, it's gone 10 o'clock.
I know, thank you ever so much for joining us. It's
And
been
it's
a
56.
great hour. 56. Oh, thank you. Before you go, it would be great if you can leave us a thumbs up, and that way then YouTube thinks, oh, people like watching those, and they'll share it with more people. So, you know what we always say, the more the merrier.
Indeed.
Right, so
and
we'll...
of course.
Oh. Yes?
I think.
Oh, of
As
course.
I say, the other thing we always say is... Carry on, dear.
Yeah, we're okay. I thought you were going to say we're not here next week. We are here next week.
We are.
Yeah, we are, definitely.
We are. We will be taking a little break, but we'll probably be still running the week after because we're going to be
And we're
celebrating.
not actually going to be taking a break, are we? Because we're
Well, we're going away
on
the Sunday and coming back on a Friday.
So, yeah, don't forget that. We'll
hopefully-
be here every week probably now for
because
a long while.
First week of March, big celebrations. We're hitting London and celebrating Caroline's big 60th birthday.
We are.
Yeah, so that's coming up.
Looking forward to it. I really am excited about that. It's going to be fun.
That's coming up in 2 weeks' time, so we will be going away, but hopefully we will be able to get a video out. And this week's video, I think, is going to be from Wales again. And this time we meet somebody special, but Caroline's probably wondering, who did we meet? You'll have to find out in the next video.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll see you all next time. But until then, don't forget...
Have fun!
Bye!
Bye!